Well, hello, boys and girls. I said it was coming, and here it is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original arcade game from 1989.
Yeah, look at this. God damn, that music, baby. That intro.
God, I remember this when I was a kid, playing this and thinking, oh my god, it's the actual music from the cartoon. Scene 1, fire, we gotta get April out. Okay, today I'm doing my arcade playthrough, and it is as Michelangelo. Now, this game, well, there's already been so much said about it. Everything about this game is iconic to people of my generation, and to people probably of a fair few generations afterwards. This first level here is just so memorable. The fire. I mean, those fire effects back in 1989, you'd never seen anything like that. I know a lot of younger kids who would watch this probably think, what? But seriously, fire graphics like that were never seen before. And the animation on the sprites, it was like, oh my god, this is like the cartoon. I mean, if you go back and watch the cartoon, you know, the animation is on this level. So this was iconic stuff. It was like pioneering stuff. I also had this game on the Amstrad CPC 6128, and I remember my mom bought it for me on a disc. And I think I had the tape cassette version as well, God bless her. Thank you, Mom, in heaven. And we loved this game on the Amstrad. They did a really good conversion of this on the Amstrad CPC 6128. I'm an Amstrad CPC fan, so what can I say? I'm a stan for Amstrad CPC. Okay, the foot ninjas in this are just so well done. Look how well animated they are. Man, this game, I could just carry on playing it again and again. There she is. Help me. April in the background. Okay, so this is coming up to the end of the first opening level, and you'll see what happens in a second. Actually, you know what? Michelangelo's kind of difficult to use in this game because it's all close range attacks. And there it is. The drill machine comes up. I love it. Say your prayers, Cletus. Again, you can see the influences that this game had on Shredder's Revenge, and you'll see a lot more in later levels that we'll be going through in this playthrough. The reason I play as Michelangelo in this arcade playthrough is because Michelangelo is my boy. He's my boy. It's always got to be Michelangelo. I love Michelangelo. There's Shredder. He took her. He jumped out the window. My god. You know, it's like I said in my review of this game, Scene 2. It's like I said in my review of this game, unless you were there in the day, you really can't appreciate just how amazing it is to be able to play this at home. Like now, you know, games are far, far beyond this now in terms of technology and graphics and sound. This looks archaic now in comparison to pretty much everything today. But you know what? I still think this game really holds up. I think the graphics hold up. I think the sound definitely holds up. The gameplay mechanics hold up. This feels brilliant when you're playing with more than 2 or 3 people. And on the subject of that, I would like to raise you. There she is, April in the background. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. I would like to raise you the whole rigmarole of what's going on at the moment with this game with the online situation. Now, I didn't mention this in my review. However, I'm talking about it now, and what I will say is this. I've tried it a few times online, and it's definitely buggy online. That would still not factor into me giving it less than 10 out of 10, because for me this game is to be played either by yourself or with people in the house with you. Now, I know not everybody has that luxury of having people in the house with them, but honestly, games like this are really meant to be couch co-op. So the 10 out of 10 still stands for me. This second level, dude, I remember really struggling on this when I was in the arcade, because obviously you only had a few 50p's to get through. God, this game was so tough. You know, I can't remember whether it was 50p's or 20p's that I fed into the coin machine, into the arcade cabinet. Come on, there we go. I think that's another thing about when you play side-scrolling beat-em-ups from the 80s as well, is most of the ones from the 80s and the early 90s as well, they're very simplistic in their combat mechanics, and obviously the Turtles games have become a lot more elaborate in terms of their combat mechanics when it came to Turtles in Time, and obviously a lot of the later games that came on the more powerful consoles. So this is fairly basic in comparison when it comes to combat mechanics, but it still feels really kinetic. It still feels really chunky. It feels like you know, it feels like everything's connecting as opposed to it's just an animation happening. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why this game is so well revered. I love it when you smack them up against the wall. The reason why it's so well revered is because the combat actually does still feel really good. And I was kind of worried going back to this because I haven't played it. I haven't played any, you know, kind of emulators or anything. I haven't gone back to this since the arcade. So this is my first time playing this since I played it in the arcade as a kid. And I remember on my first playthrough of this on this collection, and I was like, okay, is this going to hold up for me? Is this, or am I going to be deeply disappointed? And I was really nervous, actually. I genuinely was. First world problems, I know, but I needn't have worried. There was no need to worry, because they ain't getting any prettier. Watch your mouth. Okay, dude, let's get the pizza. This game just really still holds up. Shell shock, dude. Okay, now obviously you run out of your continues, you pump in more coins, and we just pumped in 4 coins. That's what I love about, you know, when you go back to these games, insert coins. I'm so glad that all the developers have always left that insert coins feeling in, you know, because I know that's what Digital Eclipse really wanted to do with particularly this collection and with all their collections, is to make you feel like you're back in the arcade. If you guys haven't watched Electronic Playground, a great guy, Victor Lucas, is the presenter of that channel. He's really, really good. And he did a great interview with the developers of Digital Eclipse, 2 of the software developers, and one of the guys is one who really spearheaded the idea of getting this collection back out there. And then there's another guy from Japan who is just so passionate about getting all the details in these games just right, and he was the guy that pursued the whole idea of getting the whole, you know, all the manuals, all the back catalogue of adverts into all the extras in this game, which are just such a beautiful part of the journey of experiencing, enjoying this whole collection, you know. And yeah, so if you guys haven't checked out Electronic Playground with Victor Lucas, make sure you do. The dude he's a really popular YouTuber now, you know, he's got 60-odd thousand subscribers, but for my money, he's one of the best. He's so professional, and he gives you objective reviews. There's no bias. Like, he interviewed the guys with Digital Eclipse and this collection, and he loved it in his review, but he pointed out flaws as well. He wasn't afraid to point out flaws, you know, and you know, nothing's perfect. Like, I may have given this a 10 out of 10, but as we all know, even at a 10 out of 10 a game isn't actually perfect, you know. And objectively, you could say, well, Dave, that makes it a 9 out of 10 game. Okay, well, if that's what you choose, fair enough. But nothing is absolutely nigh on perfect. I mean, like, obviously the online in this collection has issues, and I know there's been a patch out today, and I've heard it's improved things. I haven't checked it since, so hopefully that is the case. But I do know that the developers at Digital Eclipse, they always go in trying to make the best collection possible, especially with things like this and Samurai Showdown, and obviously Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. You know, they take it to the nth degree to make sure that everything just is just how it should be. Those little robot dudes that just came out a second ago, oh my god, they're a nightmare. This level, the subway level, I think, you know what, weirdly, I never got beyond this level in the arcade. And there's something for you. So anything beyond this level is going to be something. I never got to beat this machine. These little dudes always used to get me, and I would run out of tempi. This is as far as I would get. It was a tough arcade game. It really was. So let's get past these dudes, and then everything beyond this is going to be a surprise for me. I've seen screenshots of the later levels, I've just never got there myself. Like, I know that the last level is obviously a very famous part of the cartoons. I don't want to spoil it, I'll let you guys watch it. Okay, let's pump in some more coins. How many are we going to pump in? Another 4. Okay. Let's get the little doggy robots. Right. So, I've literally never beaten this person. Okay, so here we are.
This is new territory for me.
Come and get him, Shellbrain. Oh no. I'm coming for you, April. Again, you can see the influences of some of the levels in Shredder's Revenge. I mean, this looks a lot like the level with the cars in the background on Shredder's Revenge, where they come out and drive at you when they were in the car lot. And obviously the subway level that we just saw, and then the level before that when you're in the streets. You know, that was redone to perfection in Shredder's Revenge. I got you. I got you. I am going to do a playthrough of this one day with MLA, and hopefully get maybe my dad involved with a playthrough on this as well, because I know he'd enjoy this. Do it in memory of my mom, because she used to stand in the arcades playing these games. One of my best memories of my mom with video games is when she played Super Empire Strikes Back on a Super Nintendo game pod, stand-up game pod in, it was called Funland. It was a massive toy shop in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and my mum went in there and it was all lit up in neon, and it was for the brand new release of, it was for the brand new release of Super Empire Strikes Back, which is a great game. You're in the snow levels of Hoth and stuff as Luke Skywalker. Big improvement on Super Star Wars, the first one. And my mom played the whole of the first and second level. In fact, sorry, she got to the third level, and all these kids were stood around her watching, and they were watching this mom kicking ass at Super Empire Strikes Back. But that is just another example of my mom, of how good she was at video games. As I've told you guys before, she used to kick ass on Tekken 2 as well, you know. But she loved this game in the arcade. I remember we would be in the service stations, travelling up to Holyhead to go on the ferry to Ireland after we moved over here to the UK, and we'd go back to Ireland. Let's pump in 8 coins, there we go. And my mum and I would play this on the Sea Link ferry. But we'd also play it in the service station, and we were really good at it. My mum was always Michelangelo, which is why I'm playing in memory of my mum today here with Michelangelo. So I could never be Michelangelo, obviously. I would always be my second favourite, which was Raphael. Raphael and Michelangelo as my favourites. You can see April in the background there, and we got 2 of these dudes to contend with. Ah, hell no. Ah, hell no. Oh god, that sonic gun. Yeah, so many great memories. My mom would have loved this collection, she really would have. My mom was more of a fan of the 16-bit era. You know, another game she loved was Cool Spot, which was a great game. Now, if you guys have never heard of Cool Spot, there's one of them down on one left to go. Cool Spot, there we go, got him. Hey, oh, hey, look, it's the Turtles van. Oh, let's move it. Hey, April. I owe you one.
Oh, I bet you do. God damn. Oh, you get a bit of action there, Michelangelo.
Okay, level 3. Here we go. Hit the buttons. Yeah, Cool Spot. Going back to what I was saying. Cool Spot was basically on the cans of 7-Up. You've got the little dot, the red dot. Cool Spot was that dot. He was the cool spot of the 7-Up logo, basically. And he had little sunglasses on, and he had like little white glove hands and little white feet on him, and he would go around on the beach in the first level, and God, just up to that car, and you would like dodge all the crabs and stuff, and all the levels were set upon all these, like, you know, beach shack levels, and then you went into the house and you jumped over all the different things, like the Aquamarina level and stuff, and went up into the loft. The graphics were stunning on it. The animation was beautiful. Virgin made it. The same people, I believe, who worked on Aladdin for the Genesis. And unlike the Genesis version of Aladdin, which only came out on the Genesis, this game came out on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis with equal quality. In fact, it was better on the Super Nintendo, which is the version we had. But that was a great game. My mum loved that. I absolutely loved that game, and she completed it numerous times. Another game she completed was Moonwalker on the Sega Master System. Not the 16-bit version, but the 8-bit version. And she was amazing on that game. That was the game where you played as Michael Jackson based off the Moonwalker film, and each level was based on a different Michael Jackson song. So like the first one was Smooth Criminal, and then I believe the second one was Billie Jean. No, it might have been Beat It actually. And then there was Thriller in the graveyard and stuff, and it went on like that. It was a great game, it really was. My mum loved it, and you would have to save all the little girls. It was just a brilliant game, really well made. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Oh, yeah, we got you. We got you. You know, one thing that's really standing out to me playing this again today, I've played it 3 times now, so this is my 4th time. Well, let's pump in those coins. We've got 12 credits. That should do us for a little while. One thing that really stands out to me is just how well the fidelity of the graphics stands up. Because a lot of these older games, when they get pixelated, you have to add it in the CRT filters and stuff to make it look any good. I only had to put in a monitor filter for this. There's only 3 filters for this. And to be honest with you, it still looked good without it. The fidelity of the graphics in these games is really, really held up very well. And to that end, I can see why Digital Eclipse wanted to convert these. Because unlike a lot of older titles from this particular time, they were still trying to figure out, you know, how to get the pixels to look a certain way. And CRT monitors definitely help that, because they hit a lot of the kind of blockiness of the graphics and stuff. They smoothed out a lot of stuff, hence why a lot of people go to our CRT filter for a lot of these older games. I mean, I do it myself on Street Fighter 30th Anniversary. But with this game, it kind of felt nice anyway. Okay, now remember this level on Shredder's Revenge? This is obviously the homage to it. I've seen so many playthroughs of this game, but I've never actually... It's so weird. I've been playing it, like I said, for 3 times, but I didn't put it on the continuous credits because I wanted to just see how far I could get, and I only got as far as I did before still died in the sewers like I did, like I said, in the arcade. So this is nice to be able to play through this finally and see what I've always wanted to see. The purples just look so good in this game. I gotta say though, whenever I'm playing through any of these games on this collection, it just makes me want to play Shredder's Revenge again, which I guess is a compliment to both this collection and the legacy of these games and Shredder's Revenge, because it's obviously Shredder's Revenge is such a good game. I gotta say, you know, if in all honesty, Shredder's Revenge is definitely the definitive version of the Turtles. I mean, of course it's gonna be. It took everything what was great about these games and exemplified it, amplified it, and perfected it and honed it. It's just a perfect game, it really is. Come on. You know, talking about other games that I'd like to see come back. This is a discussion that I know Victor Lucas had on his channel when it came to talking to the developers, and he asked them at the end. He said, "Have you guys got any other?" Oh, look at this! We got to the edge. Come on, let's bust this joint. Oh, the bus crashed. All right, we gotta save Splinter. Let's go get Splinter. Yeah, and they were asking them, is there any other collections you want to do? And they were very coy about it. That we know people have been asking about specific certain ones, but they couldn't say anything. And it was kind of, you know, a bit of a nod to the camera. I think they were hinting basically at, see, online a lot of people have been asking, look, if you can do this, is there any chance that you could like maybe do a compilation for certain other genres of games that people loved from the 90s? And there's very specific ones they were thinking about. Ideally things like, obviously you've got the Simpsons games from Konami, the arcade games, but you've also got obviously, and there's even Mortal Kombat collection, you know, of all the original Mortal Kombat games the digital clips could do. But you know, in terms of arcade games, early 1989 to 1990-91 arcade machines, one I would love to see is if they could do a superhero collection. Now this would take a lot of license wrangling, I know, because different characters belong to different companies, so I doubt this could happen, but I would like to see Tato's Superman the arcade game come to consoles. I would love that because it's such a good game. If you guys have never seen it, look it up. It's very much like this, came out around the same time, and it has the John Williams Superman music. I would love that game to come out in some kind of collection of Taito, Konami classics. Just if all the companies could get together, I know this is never going to happen, so you could get like, you know, the X-Men scrolling arcade game, which I had on the iPad actually, and then you could have the Superman Taito game. I mean, it's not going to happen, I know. Oh no, it's that overgrown corkscrew again. You know, even if they just released the Superman game on its own, I'd just buy it on its own for like $7.99 or wherever, just so I could finally own that game. I've had so many people say to me, why don't you just download the ROM code of it, the MAME code of it? I don't download ROMs or MAMEs or anything like that. So not that I think there's anything wrong with that. It's just I'm not into that. So I'd rather actually own the game. I think it's great that you can do that because there's no other way to play them, obviously. But I'd actually like to own the game. You know, okay, let's pump in those coins. It's 14. Oh my god. I see these goddamn lasers. I've watched so many videos on this where people constantly get hit by them, so you have to kind of time it. See what I mean? You have to get in there. Now, you remember these on Shredder's Revenge. They're a little bit easier to get on Shredder's Revenge. There you go. Come on. Let's get that last one. There we go. There we go. Pizza time, dude! There he is. There's Shredder. Level 1. What about level 3? Level 3 doesn't exist. Every sci-fi show has always got a level 3 or level 3.5 that doesn't exist. I was just watching an interview with Al Goff and Miles Miller, who did the Smallville TV show on the Smallville Talkville podcast that Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling do. And if you don't know who that is, Tom Welling is the guy who played Clark Kent in Smallville, and Michael Rosenbaum is the guy who played Lex Luthor in Smallville. And they do like a podcast now on YouTube called Talkville. Check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it. It's really, really good. And in today's episode, they did the episode 8 of season 1, which was Jitters. And it had the guy from Candyman, who played Candyman in the movie, and he was playing this guy who is affected by the kryptonite. They had a freak of the week in every episode in the early seasons of Smallville. It got really annoying, actually. And they talk about that, how silly it was. But in this particular episode, it really worked. And Alan Goff, Miles Miller, they came in and they spoke about like having this level 3.5, which was like a homage to the whole thing with, there was like a secret area in the X-Files, which Smallville was very influenced by. And you'd always have that bit where it would get to the end of the episode, when they finally find the room. It was always cleared out, and it's like, it was right there. The last time I was here, that UFO was right there. You know, it's always the same thing, but it's that kind of conspiracy thing, you know. And Tom Welling was talking about it. He said, I love that kind of conspiracy thing of the late 90s, early 2000s TV shows. You don't really see it anymore, because everything now is like 8 episodes in, like the whole Disney thing now, where it's like these big budget TV shows and it's just 8 episodes, which in one way is great because you don't have all these stupid filler episodes, but in another way, it's all kind of like very condensed. Even though it's spread over 8-hour episodes, it's still quite condensed, and you don't get like a lot of kind of like, I guess kind of like moments of levity, you know. Like, I've got a few issues. Oh, there we go, he's gone. Okay, have we got, hang on a minute, have we got there, we got him. Okay, Splinter, I'm on my way. Thank you, my turtles. I like the voice work. There it is, the Technodrome. I used to love that as a kid. We gotta find the Technodrome. Yeah, I have certain issues with some of the Disney shows, but most of them I love. Like, I'm one of the few people who really liked Miss Marvel. I know people have had issues with it and in reviews and certain things. I liked Miss Marvel. I thought Miss Marvel was really good. I wasn't expecting to like it, which is why I was really surprised. The girl Kamala Khan, who plays the main part, brilliant. She's a great little actress, and she's so good in the title role of Miss Marvel. She's very funny. She's really, really funny, and she's good. I definitely prefer to Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. She's got so much more presence on screen. I know it seems like a bit of a cheap shot to pick up Brie Larson, but I just don't think Brie Larson is charismatic enough to carry off a lead role in a film. That's just my personal opinion. It's nothing against her as a person. I've got no problems with any of her politics or anything in real life. It's just I find she's a bit of a bland actress. My God, these things keep hitting me. Jesus. Let's get it. There we go. I can't say I'm a massive fan of Brie Larson. I mean, I just thought the Captain Marvel movie was something and nothing. It was just, it could have been, oh my God, I keep getting hit by this laser, goddamn. Captain Marvel could have been a really good film, and there were parts of it that were good. I thought Jude Law's character was quite interesting, but nothing happened in the movie. Even Samuel L. Jackson, and this is a sign of a bad script, they made Samuel L. Jackson's character in it even boring, you know? Like, the effects on him being younger during the 90s was kind of cool and all that, but there was no like memorable moments with him in it or anything, you know? Apart from the fact that we found out that the reason why Nick Fury lost his eye was because of a cat. Come on. I know it's like a squirrel cat and all that, but yeah. I just thought, oh my God, I got frozen. Oh God, I remember looking at this in the playthroughs. These damn things keep freezing me. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think a lot of these Marvel TV shows kind of suffer from the same problem. They're good concepts, but the execution isn't there. I thought Hawkeye was good. I did like Hawkeye, I have to say. I thought Hawkeye was very good. But then I love Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. So it really worked. And the girl who played Kate Bishop, I liked. A lot of people didn't like that show. I thought it was good. Ironically, the one show that I thought I was going to love was the one I kind of was very apathetic about. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was kind of bleh. And that was Loki. I know everybody seems to have loved that show, but I just found it incredibly slow moving. It oh, here we go. Look down the lift. Oh, the ball. Yeah, the rolling balls. Now there's a part I know about this where the arcade would throw loads of them at you if you were doing too good, but I've turned that off in the options. So yeah, I wouldn't have got this far otherwise. Loki to me was a good show in theory. Like, I can see what they were going for with the whole kind of time police stuff and all that. The effects were very good. set design was very good. CG was excellent. Tom Hiddleston, obviously brilliant as Loki. I wasn't too keen on the woman who played the female version of Loki, though. I don't know. She didn't hit with me. Richard E. Grant was very good as the classic Loki. I thought he was very good. Oh god damn! Look at this dude. So yeah, there was things in there that I liked, but I just think overall it was a very pretty looking average show to me. Now, as far as She-Hulk is concerned, I should really do a review of what I think of these MCU shows. She-Hulk, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this because everybody seems to be hating the show. I gotta be honest with you, I'm really enjoying it. I think a lot of people are getting hung up on all these, you know, identity politics that are being sort of thrown around everywhere at the moment, and I don't know. I think people are just getting angry to be angry at a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm just enjoying the show for what it is. It's a show about a powerful superhero female. It's going to be more catered towards girls. That's just ridiculous to think it wouldn't be. And I know people are saying that it's like hating on men and stuff, but I think it does it in a comedic way. It's a superhero show. You're not meant to take it seriously, you know? It's funny, and I mean, a lot of people said it's not funny and they don't think it's funny as it should have been, but I like it. I think Tatiana, who plays Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, I think she's fantastic. Really liked her in the show, I have to say. I thought she was excellent. And I like the whole scene with her in the first episode, and Mark Ruffalo's the whole where they're fighting against each other. Yeah, I like it. Do I think it's perfect? No. You know, I think the latest episode I've just watched, episode 3, definitely not as good as the first 2 episodes, but we'll see. I hope it gets back on track. There we go. I got him. Okay, we should be coming near the end, surely. Getting towards Shredder and our big main bad. There he is. There he is, the big main bad. Squiggly, as I call him. Technodrome. I saw somebody cosplay as this dude, and it was so funny. It was this bald middle-aged guy, and he created this like belt to put around his belly, which it just had the whole thing. It looked really, really good. It was all lit up and everything. It was like, he did a really good job. It was kind of a bit disturbing to look at, as you can imagine, but oh, come on, come on. Come on. Ugh. But like, I mean, as anybody knows that knows me well enough, I'm more of a DC person or Marvel person anyway. But I do love Marvel, you know. I love both of them, but I'm definitely more of a DC person. I mean, I think the Superman and Lois TV show, I don't know if you guys have ever checked that out, really good show. I will say, I think the second season has been a little bit weaker than the first, and I hope that season 3 picks it up a little bit. I think the main bad of season 2, where it was like a leader of a cult, I was like, oh, come on. You know, and she ends up taking over the world to merge the 2 Bizarro worlds. I think they should have just forgotten about that whole cult leader character. I've forgotten her name. Just shows how little I was interested in her. And they should have just concentrated on the Bizarro character, which I think Tyler Hoechlin, the guy who plays Superman in the show, did a really good job of. And concentrated him and Jordan, his son with powers, you know, teaching him about his powers. All those scenes between him and Jordan learning how to use the superpowers are brilliant. That's what I wanted more of. And that's what I hope season 3 concentrates more on. And they've been talking about who's going to be the big bad for season 3. I kind of hope it would either be Lex Luthor or Brainiac or Darkseid or something. Because I loved Darkseid in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Oh my god. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm a massive, massive fan of that movie. Oh, I got him. There we go. I'm invincible. Oh, here we go. Shredder. Double shredder. Double shredder. Oh, I remember seeing this in playthroughs on YouTube. Doesn't one of the guys take his mask off? Which is like sacrilege. There it is, see? There you go. Oh, he's just shrunk me back to my original form before I became a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Okay? I went back to just being a turtle. Before I went into the goo. That 80s effect with the warping on the TV screen up above on the big LCD screen. That's effect that they used to use on the Atari 2600 and everything on California Games, I remember. Come on, I got you. Come on. Oh, I'm back to a title. I just realised I've been chatting away about everything else aside from the turtles. I do apologise, guys. You know me, I like to go on my little journey with you and talk about what I've been watching and things that I've been enjoying. But hey, that's what you do when you're playing a game, isn't it? You kind of share your thoughts with people, and especially when you couch co-op playing, you know, you're just sitting there having a beer, chilling, having a bud, pizza. Well, you gotta have a pizza with this, right? I mean, everybody's been saying that since this is released. Did you get your pizza? Did you celebrate with a pizza? That's what everybody's been saying with this collection. You have to celebrate this with a pizza, which I have to say I haven't done yet, and I will have to do that. It's got to be ham and pineapple, dude. Dude, that's sacrilege. Ham and pineapple pizza. It's got to be the only way for me. Come on. Oh, okay. There's one of them gone. I got 5 lives left. Come on. Come on, Shredder. I got your ass now. I got your ass now. Come on. Here we go. Come on. It's got to be coming near the end. Come on. Come on. His mask is off. Yeah, we did it, boys and girls. Michelangelo. You did it. Oh, we better get out of here, dude. We better make like a tree and leave. Freak the Foots. Mangle the Mousers. And total the Technodrome. That's turtle power. But what about the Shredder and Krang? Burned to toast? Vaporized a milkshake? Or escaped to Dimension X? Although we know none of us can sleep safely in our beds. Shells. Ah, hell, man, that was great. I really enjoyed that. Having the arcade game at home, man, that's what I'm talking about. I always love that shot from the cartoon where you've got like you're looking from a street level, looking up. I love that. Another thing I want to share with you guys is obviously the Tournament Fighters game, which will be coming up soon on this channel. I'll do an arcade playthrough of that. I'm just starting to get to grips with it again, so I want to kind of get a feel for it again before I properly play it through with you guys. But it's been great to get to the end of this game finally. With our boy, there he is, Michelangelo, dude. Yeah, well, I gotta say, I've had the best time playing this. This game's aged so well, and it just feels so chunky. I love it. The controls just feel so chef's kiss. And Mom, I wish you could have been here to play this with me, but I will do a playthrough with my dad, and we'll toast you as well. And I am going to make sure that I put my mom's name up. Here we go. Oh, we came in first on the leaderboard. Oh, Mom, it's got to be you. It's got to be you, Michelangelo, in memory of Mom. Hey, Michelangelo's mom, dude. Dude. Okay, Betty, dude. This one's for you. Bodacious, man. My mom loved ham and pineapple pizza as well, so yeah. There you go, Michelangelo. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this arcade playthrough. I hope you had lots of fun, as I did. And until next time, keep titling.